and welcome to Story Time. My name is Liz, and as always, it's lovely to have you with me wherever you are in the big wide world. I know there's lots of you out there switching on and listening to Story Time. I thank you for choosing to spend time with me today. I was just thinking, just before I hit the record button, about when I first did these videos. I started them way back in the season of spring. And spring often brings rejuvenation and rebirth, and you start seeing the leaves growing back on the bare trees, and flowers start to have buds, and the lambs are often dancing and frolicking in the fields. And then the sun, we move into summer, and the sun spends more time with us. It reaches really high up in the sky, and we have some pretty hot days, which we certainly had over the past couple of months. And now we're moving into another season. So we've had spring and we've had summer, and now we're moving into another season, which is called autumn. And that means that the leaves are starting to change. They're certainly turning different colours. Some of the leaves are turning brown, with different shades of brown and copper. It's a really gorgeous time of the year. And the flowers are starting, the petals are starting to fall off, and they will get ready for winter. And the sun isn't spending so much time in the sky, and it's starting to set and go to sleep a little bit earlier. So we're starting to get more shadows coming in. So there's some shadows coming in when I'm doing these stories. So I might be wiggling around more than usual because the sun is getting in the way of the story. But it's always lovely to have the sun for as long as we can have it, because soon we're not going to have her as long as we would like when we hit winter. Well, anyway, let's see what book we're going to be reading today, and it is this book here. Oh, it's one of my colourful books. And so we have on the front cover a rather magnificent looking penguin. Sorry? It's not a penguin? What do you mean? Oh, you're absolutely right. That's not a penguin. Of course it's not a penguin. I'm so sorry. We've got a rather colourful lion on the front cover. Pardon? I've got it wrong? No, I haven't got it wrong again. I know this story. Oh, thank goodness you're with me, because clearly I'm not doing good looking, am I? It's not a lion, and it's certainly not a penguin. It is an elephant. Yes, well done. I knew you'd know, and you do good looking and good listening. Well done. Very important when you go back to school. It's an elephant. No, this is not a normal elephant, not a regular elephant. This is a very special elephant. In fact, it's one-off. He's unique. He is a colourful patchwork elephant, and you can see patchwork means using blocks of squares or different shapes and putting them closely together. We've got lots of gorgeous different colours. And his name is Elmer. Elmer the elephant. And Elmer the elephant is a very famous elephant in the world of children's books. And Elmer's got a cousin, and his cousin is on the back of the book. And again, he is patchwork, but he isn't as colourful. He's black and white. So he is more like he always reminds me of a chessboard, black and white squares. And I'm going to read the blurb, so I have to turn it around so I can read the blurb on the back. And it says, Elmer is everyone's favourite elephant, and he blows his friends away in this fantastic adventure. There's a mighty wind blowing up in the jungle, but that doesn't stop Elmer and his cousin Wilbur getting up to their usual tricks, because they are quite cheeky, these elephants. Even though they don't realise how strong the wind really is, strong enough to make an elephant fly. Whoosh! Wow. That wind must be strong, because elephants are quite hefty animals. So it'll be interesting to find out what happens in the story. I haven't actually said what the title is. I do apologise. Here it is up there. Elmer and the Wind. And look, you can see how strong it is because the tree is blowing in one direction. And it's written by David McKee. And we read a David McKee book recently. We read Not Now Bernard. It was a very, very windy day. Elmer, the patchwork elephant, was sheltering in a cave with his elephant friends, some birds and cousin Wilbur, who was playing tricks with his voice. The elephants laughed when Wilbur made his voice come from a hole at the back of the cave. "It's not a good day for flying," said a bird. "It's a good day to be a heavy elephant," chuckled Elmer. "An elephant can't be blown away." "I bet even you are afraid to go out in this wind, Elmer," said the bird. "Afraid?" said Elmer. "Watch this then. Come on, Wilbur." "Oh, come back. Don't be silly," called the elephants. But Elmer and Wilbur had already gone out into the wind. Daring. Once they were behind some trees and out of the sight of the others, Elmer led the way into another cave. "You're up to something, Elmer," said Wilbur. "Yes," laughed Elmer. "Make your voice come from out there as if we were still walking away. Sound like me sometimes." "Oh, I get it," said Wilbur. His voice came from the distance, sounding like Elmer. "Oh, it's hard to move in this wind." Then like himself. "Careful, Elmer. Hold on." The elephants heard the voices and started to worry. Wilbur called, "Hold on to something, Elmer. Look out!" "Help!" came Elmer's voice. "Help! I'm flying!" And Elmer called, "Elmer! Come back! Come back! Oh, help! Help!" "Elmer's been blown away. We must help," said an elephant. "If you go out, you'll be blown away too," said a bird. "Form a chain, trunks holding tails," said another elephant. And they crept out of the cave, each elephant holding the tail of the elephant in front. "Look at them," said Elmer. "They look funny." "Come back, you'll be blown away," called Wilbur. The elephants all started to speak at once, but because they were holding on with their trunks, their voices sounded very strange. "What's been fooled? The vultures! It's an Elmer and Wilbur trick." They backed back into the cave and looked funnier than ever. When they were safely back in the cave, Elmer and Wilbur returned as well. The elephants enjoyed the joke, but a bird said, "That was very silly, Elmer." "But really, bird," said Elmer, "an elephant can't be blown away. I'll walk to those trees and back to prove it." "Another trick," said an elephant as Elmer walked away. They watched as Elmer disappeared behind some trees. Then they heard Elmer's voice calling, "Help! I can't keep on the ground." The elephants laughed. "Very funny, Wilbur." The voice came again. "Help! I'm flying!" The elephants laughed louder than ever. "It's not me this time," said Wilbur. "Look," said a bird. "It isn't Wilbur." The elephants stared. There was Elmer above the trees. "What's he doing up there?" gasped an elephant. "It's called flying," said a bird. "Oh, poor Elmer," said another elephant, sorry. "Oh, look, he's up there." "It's my ears," thought Elmer. "They're acting as wings." Wilbur and the others seemed very small as he flew away. "This really is quite fun," thought Elmer after a while. He could see the other animals sheltering from the wind. They stared to see an elephant fly by. "It's Elmer," said a lion. "I expect he's up to some more of his tricks." At last the wind dropped and Elmer landed. "Oh dear," he thought. "It's going to be a long walk home. It serves me right for being so silly." When the wind stopped, the birds flew off to find Elmer and help guide him home. When at last elephants saw the birds flying above the trees, they knew that Elmer was near. They rushed to meet him to hear about his adventure. "You were wrong," said Elmer, said the bird. "An elephant can be blown away." "You were wrong too, bird," laughed Elmer. "It was a lovely day for flying." And they all laughed. Well, it's good that everyone saw the joke in what Elmer and Wilbur did. Sometimes when you play jokes too often, the adults or your friends might not believe you, and then sometimes you can be in trouble and no one will come and help. It's called another story about that. It's called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So I'll have to try and find that book and read it to you. Well, thank you for listening to my story today. Remember, we will see one another soon. And remember to stay safe, keep washing those hands, very important, especially when you go back to school. And keep smiling. Bye for now.